Hello and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to episode number 12 here in Battle for Victory. And since the last episode and that 1-0 defeat to Notts County, who were top of the league, we lost 1-0 to Rochdale, who went top of the league actually after winning that game. And then we beat Maidenhead, who were in 20th, and Kings Lynn, who were in 22nd, I believe, 2-1 and 1-0 respectively. So in today's episode, we'll take on Bristol City in the FA Cup 4th round. We'll then take on Dorking in the FA Trophy 5th round. And then if we're out of both, we'll take on Barnet, who are 23rd, and Halifax, who are 7th in league action. And depending on if we get through, we may show another FA Cup or FA Trophy tie, depending on when they fall in the calendar. So with that being said, let's get into it. Let's say Bristol City are the team we take on first. They're in League 1. They currently sit in 9th in Skybet League 1. They are, where are they? They are 4 points off the playoffs. So they're in a good position. One of the best sides we've faced this season. And the side that we're going to play going into it is going to be Cracknell, Murray, Williams, Gooder and Kelly. Philliskirk and Maloney, the two midfielders. Grant and Bramall are on the wings. And Barr plays behind Tyrese Onyeka as we look to get a spot in the 5th round. We've had a favourable draw in terms of not getting one of the big boys. But I think at this point I'd have loved one of the big boys, especially at their place. Decent crowd, decent money. One thing we will show is we should have a decent sized crowd as well for this game. We have 653,000 in the bank. Hopefully we can improve on that a little bit. What does our stadium hold? It holds 4,000. So hopefully we can have a full capacity for this game, and hopefully we can make some good money. Murray looks that ball towards Bramall. It's headed away by Atkinson. Barr will try and pick it up. It's fell to Grant though. Looks back in field to Maloney. Has a bit of space. Gives it to Kelly. Can he bring it in field? Back to Maloney. Maloney with a shot, and oh, it's just wide. Onyeka picks up this throw from Kelly. Tackle goes in by Pring. Back to Kelly though. Philliskirk edges the box. Nice little short pass to Maloney. Under a bit of pressure. Rides the challenge. Gives it back to Kelly. Can he get the crossing? He does get the crossing, and Bramall, what a save by the goalkeeper. Murray has a chance to get the ball in now, and his ball is poor and picked up by Basic. Great chance there to take the lead. It was a great save by Stefan Basic in the Bristol City goal, and he keeps it at 0-0. We were slightly ahead on XG. Bristol City have gone ahead now. Wilson puts this ball in. It's headed away. Can Barr get there first? He can't. Jones picks it up under a little bit of pressure. Infield to Williams now. Williams looks out to his right hand side, and Wilson gets the ball in first time towards Ferguson with a header. Hits the woodwork, and Murray can hook it away. Murray now bringing it over halfway. Under pressure from two men. Has to go back to Williams. Philliskirk. He's under pressure as well. They're really pressing us here high up the pitch, and it's forced all the way back to Cracknell. Gives it to Williams. First time ball over the top for Barr. Headed away. And now Conway can go and field to Valkyrie. And that's a poor ball, and Williams can intercept it, bring it to Maloney. Maloney out towards Kelly on this right hand side. Keeps it in play and holds on to possession of the ball. Maloney, ball over the top, and it's a poor ball. Be collected by the Bristol City goalkeeper. Ball fired long there by Basic. Ferguson with a flick on. Murray gives it to Conway, and Ferguson has a simple tap in. No one followed the runner. And it is Scarborough 0, Bristol City 1 as I get something stuck in my throat. The long ball went up, and Ferguson won the initial flick on. Conway got there. Murray nipped in to win the ball, but Conway got there first. And Ferguson, no one went with him. I don't know if it was Bailey Good. I think it was. Should have gone with the run of Ferguson. He had a simple job of tapping in from the edge of the 6-yard box. It is 1-0. And probably with the run of play as well, Bristol City have been slightly the better team. Wilson, long throw in. Maloney takes it down. And really should have got that clear quicker than he did. Kelly does get it clear. That's headed back by Holmes. Williams now into Jones. Jones goes back to Holmes. Moore out to the right hand side, and Wilson keeps it in play. Goes in field for Jones. Back down the line. It's a lovely 1-2. Wilson with the ball in, and Sammy Schmodix puts it in. And it's the second time we haven't followed the runner and the ball in. It was a simple tapping, very similar to the first goal. And it looked as if in front of a full house of 4,001, we are going out of the FA Cup in the 4th round. Ball down the line for Wilson. And no one follows Schmodix this time. Has the simple job of putting the ball into the corner there. It's 2-0. Wilson running forward. Goes over halfway now. Goes back to Moore. Ball flicked in over the top. Header away. Can Philliskirk get there? He can't. And Williams can pick it up. Ball over the top for Bell. 3-0. Sam Bell fires in on the half. I think it was on the half volley. Ball over the top. And we just haven't dealt with it today from Bristol City. They haven't been miles better than us. But they've created 3 good chances. Scored 3 good goals. Williams just chips that one over the top of our defence. Bell gets there on the half volley. Smashes it into the corner there. It's 3-0. Pring looks at ball over the top. Gooder can take it down. He fires it back over the top for Onyeka. Holmes sends it away. Nicholson brings it down there. Ball over the top. This time it reaches Onyeka, and he's hit the woodwork. A ferocious effort there from Tyrese Onyeka. And he probably should have hit the target, but he hits the woodwork. It wouldn't have made an awful lot of difference. Stays out. Still 3-0. Maloney will put this resulting corner in. In swinger. and Williams running in there. Thought he was going to get his head onto it, headed away from him, and it remains 3-0, 15 minutes to play. James was his free kick towards the far post, headed away. Holmes is going to pick it up. Nicholson flicks it away from him though. Holmes does pick it back up on the second attempt. Moore out to Szmodics. Burton tries to go and he's gone past Burton. Szmodics to the byline, and Bell just didn't get the touch, and it remains 3-0. James Szmodics now turns, runs at the defence, forced out wide. Sammy Szmodics still hanging on to the ball there. We'll get all the way to the ball, back onto his left foot. Wilson, James, nice triangular passing. Ball in and it's headed wide. Fitzkirk heads that away towards Hancock. He goes all the way back to Cracknell now. 30 seconds left plus stoppage time. And really just playing for pride now. They have just pulled away from us on the stats as well. We've got a 1.3 XG. No goals to our name though. Kelly picks up the ball now. We'll look to go over halfway. Forced out towards the touchline. Gives it into Nicholson now. Comes in field on his left foot. Nicholson, can he get the shot away? He does, and it brushes the top of the bar as it goes over. Probably, arguably, our best chance if you don't include the woodwork being hit by Terence Onyeka. And now Bristol City have a chance to just put the cherry on top of the icing, on top of the cake. As Pring now into Viner. James has space, can run at the defence. Through ball for Bell, and Sam Bell gets his second. It's 4-0. Probably isn't a 4-0 game, but Bristol City have just shown their class today, and they have run out 4-0 victors here. And disappointing way to exit the competition, but it was going to come at some point or another. It was always a tough game. We held on for 38 minutes before Evan Ferguson gave them the lead. Sammy Szmodics on 49 and Sam Bell in the 67th and 93rd minute. And we go out of the FA Cup in the 4th round. Not done too much in the way of finances. £699,000 in the bank now. Still an improvement. We're still making money quite well during this season. Keeping within the wage budget and obviously big crowds as well at this level. And it is really telling we are really, really healthy. Time to take on Dorking in the FA Trophy. Dorking currently are 19th in the Vanarama National League. Like I said, last time we played them, they beat us 5-1. So we want to get a measure of revenge on them for that defeat. We are down to 8th in the table, 47 points, 31 games played. We're cruising in on safety, and that is the main thing here. That is the main thing we need to do this season. But, I mean, as we get closer to the 40-game mark, the closer we are to this playoff area, the more exciting it's going to get. Dodds whips his scoring towards the far post. Onyeka with that. Foster saves it. Good chance. And Colville just couldn't get on to the end of it. Real bit of a goalmouth scramble there. And I thought Onyeka was going to put the ball in. And then Colville could have just maybe put out a foot. And that would have found its way into the back of the net. And that would have been the perfect start here. Just under 1,800 people in the ground for this FA Trophy 5th round tie. Which is kind of disappointing considering. I mean, we're down to... It is the last 16 now. So... we're down to the quarterfinals if we win today, and we've started really, really well here. We just need to create some better chances. Colville with his free kick, ball towards the forward. Gouda gets up, and Bailey Gouda makes it 1-0. First goal of the season for Bailey Gouda in front of those joyous home fans behind the goal. Brilliant free kick from Luca Colville towards the far stick, and Bailey Gouda from a pretty tight angle. Actually, keeper was just all over the place there. It's 1-0, 10 minutes to play in the first half, and what a time to get the opening goal. Colville with his free kick. Bramwell goes up for it. It's headed away. DeBar now brings it down. Not many men ahead of him, but they counter-attack. He's on now, Davies. And men rushing forward. Dodds with a great challenge. Can he pick up the second ball? He does. Down the line for Bramwell. Bramwell into the box, and Foster tips it over the bar. We're underway here at the start of the second half. Dorking getting us underway. And they will be trying to get back onto level terms as soon as possible. That ball over the top. Evans gets there. And, what did he... He did it at the bar or the cross or the post? Whatever it was, it bounced away, out for a goal kick. And we right our look there, right at the start of the second half. Still 1-0, 10 minutes into the second half now. Not a lot has happened since. And we have been the dominant team. We just cannot afford to let Dorking back into this game. Corner kick, Glyn whips it in, headed away. Williams drops deep to collect it. Back to Gouda now, out to Onyeka on this left-hand side. Dodds has to go back to Gouda. His ball over the top into the box towards Onyeka, who's headed away. Taylor can now bring it away for Dorking. Looking to build somewhat of a counter-attack, but he goes back to McAvoy. And his ball into the centre is won by Williams. Glyn now can run forward. Out to the right hand side of Colville. Flicks it in towards the box, and Foster can collect it comfortably. Through to the quarterfinals of the FA Trophy. 1-0 victory over Dorking. It wasn't a good game at all. We were the better team. We didn't create an awful lot, but I think we deserved that victory, and we move onward. And let's say we are now 3 victories away from our first cup trophy of this save. Time for the FA Trophy quarter-final. And who are we going to end up against? There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 teams that are from the Vanarama National League. Aldershot, Chesterfield, Scarborough and Stevenage are all through. Boreham Wood are in there. Rochdale, Solihull Moors, and then Tunbridge Wells or Banbury from the Vanarama National League South or North. How are Banbury getting on this season? They are 12th. They missed out their opportunity to get promoted last season in that race with us. So, who are we hoping we're going to get? First out the hat is Rochdale, who recently beat us by 1-0. And of course we get Rochdale. So that is going to be one hell of a tough game. And that when is that going to be? As we just go through the rest of the fixtures, we are going to play extra time if that would be the case. And that's towards the middle of March. So no real worries this is going to affect anything in today's episode. Next up we have Barnet. Then we got Halifax on the Tuesday. And we just need to get back to winning ways in the league now. I love an XG table. We are in 10th in the league and 12th in the XG. We are scoring more goals than we should do, 11 up on that. But we are conceding 10 goals more than we should have done as well. 4 points more than we should have got as well at this point. So, slightly ahead on goals, slightly behind. I mean, it says we should be 12th in the XG table. I think, is that because Notts County should be 11th? They have got 19 more points than they should have on XG. So, I think that makes a big difference to us. We are down to 12th. We're pretty much where we're expected to be in terms of how we're performing. So, really good season for us so far. And we just need to continue it now for the final couple of months. Must-win game away at bottom but one Barnet. Cracknell, Woodthorpe, Hunter, Gouda and Kelly are the back five. Philliskirk and Maloney sit in front of them. Bramall's on the left. Colville's on the right. And Glyn plays just behind Tyrese Onyeka with a chance of us getting 3 points and just making moves on those playoff positions. Maloney looks at switchboard towards Bramall and he wins it, and Woodthorpe now can bring it away. Under pressure, has to go back towards Hunter. Philliskirk, Maloney. Nice little short pass, and Carnew's intercepted the ball into Gorman. Ote with a chance, and he makes it 1-0 to Barnet inside the first 3 minutes. And we were just trying to play it out nicely from the back, and it was a mistake made by, was it Maloney in the finish? Carnew took the ball off him. Gorman ran at the defence, laid it into Ote, let it run across him. Made the angle tight, but it's a great finish across Cracknell. And it is 1-0 to Barnet here early on. And that is not the start that we needed to happen today. Just need to get back into this game as soon as possible. Hopefully not concede a second goal, because that would be absolutely disastrous. Great tackle there from Bramall, but it's picked up. Maween hangs on to it. He looks out to the left-hand side and Powell now to the byline. Kelly tries to win it back. Does at the second attempt. He's clearance it to Haviland. McDonald 2-0. Callum McDonald 10 minutes in. The only plus to this is that there's only 10 minutes gone. There's still time for us to get back into this, but what a poor start there. Jake Kelly did well the first time, well the second time, but his clearance was poor. De Haviland picked it up, laid it into McDonald, took a touch. There's just no one following him there. Had the time to take the touch and fire the shot past Cracknell. 2-0. Gouda fires that ball on. Glyn fixes it on. Can Onyeka get there? Revan picks it up. And De Haviland comes deep to collect it now on the halfway line. Back to Revan. Thomas looks down the line. Hunter can cut that out though. Woodthorpe got to find the ball forward. That's what we haven't been good at. We've been knocking the ball around nicely around the back, but just cannot find the ball forward. Philliskirk into Onyeka, dropping deep. Colville, Kelly on the overlap now on that right hand side. Kelly looks at ball into Onyeka. It's a poor ball and it's cleared away, and Powell can bring it now, but Kelly nips back in to win it. Hunter goes long for Bramall. He wins header. Kieran Glyn's throw, dinks it over the goalkeeper. 2-1. Half an hour on the clock, and I said that it was an early time to go 2-0 down, and that was probably the only positive to it. And we get one back just inside half an hour. Hunter's ball over the top. Bramall, who is a small player, wins the flick on, and Kieran Glyn running through just dinks it over the goalkeeper. Cool as you like for his 13th of the season. It's 2-1, and hopefully that means we can be back in it now. We're going to drop some encouragement for the last 10 minutes or so of this first half. If we could go in 2-2 at half time, that would be fantastic. As folks there dropping down to his left hand side to pick that header back, from his defender. Now he will look long. Kelly wins the header though. Bramall coming in field. Good running here from Bramall. Colville looks through for Bramall. It was a lovely 1-2, and Daniel Bramall gets his 9th of the season. And we haven't been good at all according to the stats, but we have a second. It's 2-2. We go into the second half as 0-0 effectively, and Bramall did brilliantly there on the left-hand side. Right-hand side, running to the left, gave it to Colville, and Colville found him back. An exquisite 1-2, and it is 2-2 here at Barnet, and what a way to get back into this game. Thomas goes back to Revan. Can we just put the pressure on? Can we force them into a mistake? Fired out to the left side and Powell. Kelly has dealt with him okay, and he got the ball in, and OT smashes it straight at Cracknell. a yard either side of Cracknell, and it surely is 3-2 to Barnet. And it's the same mistakes we made against Bristol, actually. The ball's coming in from wide and no one tracking the runner into the box, as Woods has to go all the way back to Thomas. And we get away with it there. Just a poor finish on the part of OT, where he just smashes it at the goalkeeper. Like I say, a yard either side, and Barnet lead this game by 3-2. And we have a chance now with men getting forward. Colville trying to get there. Revan clears it away. De Havilland heads it to no one. And Woodthorpe can pick it up in his own half. Hunter looks long towards Glynn. He wins a flicker. Onyeka's what a finish from Tyrese Onyeka. I'm pretty sure that's the third time he's hit 21 goals this season. But it is apparently his 21st of the season. Woodthorpe picked it up with a lot of space and a lot of time. Gave it to Hunter. His ball was fired long. Glynn got up and won the header. And Onyeka, on rushing past him, fires it into the top corner. It's a brilliant finish. There's a couple of them we've seen him make where he's hit the woodwork. That time, it's just low enough to go under the bar. It's 3-2. There's 20 minutes to play here. And we are ahead into the final 5 minutes plus stoppage time of this game here. We have come back from 2 goals down. We currently lead 3-2 as Bart runs over halfway. Gives it to Bramall, who's got space inside the right channel. Bramall does the byline, and maybe he could have held the ball up and put it across rather than going for goal himself. It still remains 3-2. We've had 3 shots on target. We've scored every single one of them into the final 90 seconds of this game now. Ball fired long. Missed header there, but Hunter was on hand to pick it up. It was Williams there off the bench with that missed header. Could have caused us problems, but it doesn't. Woodthorpe now goes over halfway on that far side. Under pressure. Looks down the line, and Odita cuts it out. Carnu now looking to get forward. Gives it to Haviland, who's beyond the defence here. Haviland looks to get that ball in, and crack. It's 3-3 with 30 seconds to go. And de Havilland was behind the defence. He played an early ball, which I thought was the wrong decision. And Cracknell gets there and... sickening. Absolutely sickening. And it's a 3-3 draw to 23rd place. Barnet. 2-0 down. We pulled it back to 3-2. We weren't particularly great, but we were ahead. And then it's just an error. And that is infuriating. And 3-2. 3-3, sorry. Should have been 3-2. We take on Halifax, who have dropped down to 8th after the results today. We have dropped down to 11th, but we're only 2 points off Halifax and Aldershot, who are in 7th. So victory over Halifax could put us back in contention for a playoff place, but that is a sickening draw. Tough game here at home against Halifax. Cracknell, Murray, Williams, Lang and Dodds are the back 5. Phillips, Coke and Maloney sit in front of them. Nicholson on the left, Glynn on the right, and Barr plays behind Coulson this time. And after that last minute draw there, if we'd have beat Barnet, this could have been a game where if we'd got a draw against Halifax, it wouldn't have been the end of the world. Now I think we need to beat Halifax massively, need to get 3 points today. Murray looks long now. Can Coulson win the header? It's headed away. Phyllis Kirk picks back up, ball over the top, and it's just a little bit too long. And Johnson takes it down, fires it long, and Cracknell can just pick it up in his own box. Goalkeeper to goalkeeper there. Pretty poor from their goalkeeper, just giving it straight back to us after we had made the mistake in giving the ball to them. Capello, though, into Dickinson. Harker's in behind. Harker with a chance off the underside of the bar. Rob Harker makes it Halifax 1, Scarborough 0. And this isn't going well right now, is it? 13 minutes in, Halifax lead by a goal to 0. We haven't been good. We haven't been good in any of the games today. We got lucky in the FA Trophy against Dorking. Bristol found us out pretty well towards the second part of that game. And then that 3-3 draw against Barnet was awful last time out. Murray, though, on the left-hand side. Chance to get back into the game. Cross is flicked away. Glynn picks it back up. Can he find the ball in towards Barr? And Brendan Barr gets his 4th goal for the club. And he's been a decent signing since he came in December. He started off poorly, but he's started to find the back of the net a little bit more regularly. Hasn't been the first choice attacking midfield. That has been Kieran Glynn's position for the most part. Glynn has moved out to the right-hand side today. Glynn does find him and Barr was pretty much where Glynn would be if he was in that position. Finds him perfectly. A great finish across the goalkeeper. 26 minutes gone. It is 1-1, and we're playing a lot better today, and that is a positive. But again, a draw probably isn't enough at this point, especially after dropping points in that last game. As we approach half time now, slightly the better side, better on possession, and it is 1-1. Highlight here right at the start of the second half, and we have a tendency to concede goals early after the halftime break. This time we get away, well, we got away with one there, and thought for a second they were going to score with the second attack of this second half. But like I said, we can see goals very early after half time, and been trying to make sure that we're positive coming out of half time. Everyone's happy, everyone's green, and everyone's motivated. But we still can see goals. Glynn, though, towards the byline, has to put it back to Philliskirk in the box. Back to Murray, crosses it in. Bar touches it back to Dawes, goes past his man and misses the target. Did it so well. I thought he'd done all the hard work, and all he had to do was just slide it across the goalkeeper into the far corner, and he didn't. And it remains 1-1. Hour gone. Maloney to take this corner kick. Whips it in. Williams goes up for it. Deborah heads it away. Golden's going to get there first ahead of Onyeka. And he can run it away. He's got no one with him. So we need to nip this in the bud straight away. And we aren't. And Palmer Holden gets back to help him out. Coming in Phil. Palmer Holden's got a long way and he fires it over the bar. Into the final 90 seconds plus stoppage time. Philliskirk does well there to dispossess Alcock. Bar, he's going to collect it. He has plenty of time and space here on this right hand side. Got to wait for a man to come in. Jameson wins the ball back though. And it's infield there to Palmer Holden. Out to the left hand side in Dickinson. Down the line to Capello, who looked offside. Palmer Holden taps it in. And it's going to count. And we concede another. Wait, the whistle had gone. The linesman. I thought Capello looked offside and he was fractionally. The linesman didn't seem to indicate that at all, that he was offside. It remains 1-1, and we finish with 2 draws in the league, which isn't the worst, considering we've had a much better performance today. You're unlucky tonight. A couple of players are motivated. Nicholson switches off, but after that devastating, heartbreaking draw in the last game, we get a draw today, coming back from behind to get that 1-1 draw. And the league table looks like this if I can click the right button. 11th place, 49 points. We are 15 points clear of Dorking with 13 games to play. So we can still get dragged into it, but I feel like we're at that, nearly at that 50-point mark. We're pretty much safe. Right then, the plan from here on now is to play the rest of March off camera. That includes the FA Trophy, quarter-final tie against Rochdale. Come back for the Gateshead game, the Stevenage game, and the Oldham game at the start of April. And then we'll see where we are after those games and whether we're going to come back towards the back end of the season to see what happens and whether we can potentially make a playoff spot, because we are around that area. We're not a million miles away, and we just need to get a bit more consistent. That is our main thing right now. Too many draws and defeats in amongst the wins, and that is what is hampering us, really. If you enjoyed today's episode, please leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below, and I'll see you next time, where hopefully we can be moving onwards and upwards and pushing towards the playoffs.